We're not. We're not.
And we are live. Mr. Miller, Mr. Francois, welcome.
Always a
Masks
pleasure.
are
Always a
gone,
pleasure.
Gabriel.
What?
Sorry?
There's no more masks.
Masks are
The
gone.
Yeah.
masks. I
You
thought
were really excited about
Well-
that. I can see it's
I heard you say master.
master
I'm
guy.
like, finally.
So, what are we talking about today? I think we said that we would call it another day in the office.
Right.
Yeah. I want to talk about what we experienced today because it's. I think if you're in sales, this is something that you're gonna go through mostly every day. So, Mike, let's talk about the sad day for you, the sad emotions that you lived through.
I don't know about sadness. I think it
Oh, you
was.
were sad.
I was disappointed. I was disappointed in the result. I had a potential client that was pretty demanding and was asking an excessive amount of questions after multiple communications,
If you was
and I
talking
was
about
sure
you.
that everything was going to go through, and unfortunately, it didn't turn in my favor. So
Yeah, but go into more of the context. So you get a call. No, we get an email. You get an email first. You respond by calling this person, right?
Correct.
Because the email said something to the sense of there's an urgent need for your product, your
Correct.
service. You call her, and then she keeps you on the phone for a long time. So what we were saying just a few minutes ago, but we talked about it all day long because Mike was really sad. But I was saying, get to the face as quickly as possible. Don't do the pitch. Don't do the explanation. Don't introduce. Don't do nothing on the phone except take an appointment.
right.
And so, which you did not do
Well,
because
the
you felt like you didn't want to necessarily.
well the thing
delay.
the thing is it's not a first contact. It's somebody that had contacted us
Yes.
previously, so
That's true.
there was somewhat of a history there. So because of it, the person just wanted to get some surface information pertaining to something that she had already discussed
But-
prior.
But
prior.
Gabriel, you don't think that I'm right with the face to face?
I agree with the face to face. It's just in this particular context that was the result.
But how could we go more face to face? How could he have taken that scenario and maybe improved the odds of conversion through the face to face?
Don't answer any of her question. You said you had your first conversation was 38 minutes with her over the
32.
phone. 32.
Yeah.
32, half an hour on the phone.
Well,
This call
because
should have lasted 45
well,
seconds.
well, first of all, it was Recon to first start speaking with her to understand exactly what she was going
But
through.
Mike, let me stop
It
you.
wasn't informational. I did about 17
Yeah, but-
minutes of listening.
But don't do the recon on the phone. That's my point. Go and set the appointment.
I didn't even know what this person wanted until this whole thing
Oh, we
happened.
had the email. Come on.
And then after that, I contacted you.
So you
because
didn't
now-
do your research.
No, after I contacted you to ask you, listen, this and this and that happened, and he said, wait a minute, let me call Jeff. And then
I called Jeff about this.
you called Jeff about it because you made it a public regard in
Oh
the
no,
group.
that was something for something else.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
all interrelated, right? So when I got the information, I wanted to get all the information so that I could share that information with you,
But
because then possibly could bring additional business because of the circumstance
yes, that's
that
true.
that person was living.
No, the opportunity was there. We tried to take advantage of it, but I want to go back to the face to face because this is where I see a lot of people making a mistake.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not putting you on the spot. Everybody thinks I put everybody on the spot, but it's to help everybody that's watching, anybody that's in sales, because I went through all of this. I still go through it every day, but and please point it out if I'm doing mistakes or if I do things that are not. You
No, the
think I
face
should-
to face is definitely better.
But oftentimes, though, Mike, I tell you this all the time. I
Yeah.
sit or I'm eating my lunch and you're on the phone or something, and you go through the whole thing on the phone, and I'm always making justification. Just shut up, man. Just take the
Get
appointment.
him to come in, yeah. Most
It's never
definitely.
going to be the same if you do it face to face. This is what we sell. What we have to offer is big ticket stuff. So if it was a pen, a $2 pen, go do it on the phone. But not what we do. What do you think?
That's what we do with all our brokers when you think about it, right? We never tell them, so you have to convince a client and start a relationship when you call them and so on. Cold call or warm call. It's, yes, provide value, but get the face to face. You need to get the face to
But
face.
last week you were hosting the Hell Week. We have a week of
Hell.
we cover everything, and I did a few hours, and we were doing cold call, and almost everyone is trying to do too much on the phone, trying to speed up the process. You gotta go with it. It's the phone's there to make the appointment. The phone's there to just build enough confidence that they want to come and meet with you, enough excitement. It's like a preview to
The-
a
the-
movie.
I
Don't
agree.
give me the whole pitch of what's going to happen. Just, hey, this is going to be cool. I want to go to that movie.
We built up the traction. That was fine. But I mean, like in our given circumstance, this person, time was of the essence. They didn't even like. I calculated already with somebody that we're working with that if we were able to get this information by this morning, that maybe perhaps we would have been able to convert it by tomorrow.
So you were
afternoon.
in hope land, is what you're saying?
No, but I wanted to convert it. You know,
were in hope land.
And
were
then,
you in control? Did you feel that you were in control? Please be
I,
honest.
I felt that the circumstances.
So you were not in control.
No, the circumstance. Well, in control of the conversation, yes, but in control of the actual essence of the situation, I couldn't
No.
because the situation is out of both of our controls.
No, but then I don't want to go into the micro details.
Yeah.
I want to. You weren't feeling that you were.
It wasn't a
controlling.
good lead.
Okay.
Put it that way.
Oh my God!
Blame it on the
This is
lead.
beautiful. This is great. I love that you say that.
But wait, because we have a question that's gonna
No.
plug
But I-
in right into that.
But I
Go
want to
ahead.
talk about that because
Mm.
this is when we go and get leads. Last year we generated for our brokers, we're in the 400 something leads, and this year our goal is to double that. But that's besides the point. Oftentimes I hear from brokers, well, it wasn't a good lead. Well, what the hell is a good lead? A lead is an opportunity.
Yeah,
I
well,
want
this
somebody to just
opportunity
sit
was
in
not a
the-
They're
very
all
good one.
good opportunities. It's just
They're not all equal. Some opportunities are
No,
better
man.
than others.
They're
Do
all.
you invest in every opportunity that comes across your lap?
I invest in myself and myself only.
I
You know
agree.
that. I've said it a million times. Stop investing in multitudes of things. But that's for another day. Go ahead with your comment or question, Gabriel.
So we have George actually that's saying, how can you sell the face-to-face meeting when most people would decline if a virtual meeting is possible?
Don't offer the virtual.
Now, if you say it's okay, just let's do it by Zoom, because they know they're not dumb. We've been 2.5 years in COVID. They know Zoom exists. They say, let's just do a Google Meet. It's easier, right? It's more
Well, right
convenient.
away, I know that this person is not gonna.
Thank
it's
you.
not gonna go
That's what I was
anywhere.
gonna say. I wouldn't even try to convince them. I'm gonna push a bit if they keep throwing back the virtual. So it's all good.
It's
I'll-
like a buyer. Like you need some commitment on the end of the other party. Like I used to tell my buyers, let's meet at the office. It's gonna take 15 minutes. You need all the decision makers there. We have a unique tool that we use at the office. We're gonna look at some properties. It's gonna be fun. And if they weren't willing to do that on that, like get a babysitter or drive to the office for 15 minutes, park the car, take the bus, whatever, I knew right away. And I have to say, 90% of the time, those that actually showed up, they were loyal and they bought with me. No contracts, no nothing, because they had that. It showed that they were committed to the.
Well, there are people that still do virtual visits and they still buy.
Of course, Mike.
Yeah. So
There's people that
No, but what I'm
that
saying-
use
what I'm-
unicycles. There's
No, but
nothing
what
wrong.
I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is this: is that if you cannot get the face-to-face meeting, and the person says, "Listen, I'd like to do a Zoom," are you going to say no Zooms? And
No, I'm gonna take the Zoom, but I'm gonna be.
You're gonna expect nothing.
I'm gonna do a short Zoom. I'm gonna not go on for 3 hours. It's gonna be a short and sweet thing. And my goal with the Zoom will be to get the person to come and meet face to face. You see, it's like a phone call, but by Zoom now. But it's not the whole thing. I'm not giving it all away.
you're just going to give a teaser,
Yes, the preview
Yeah.
to the movie,
the trailer.
the trailer.
Even
That's
the
right.
trailer has too much info. Sometimes. I watch the trailer and I'm like, well, what's the point of watching the movie now?
Good point. So you need a good one. You need to think about what you got to get the people excited.
Can't show all the explosives.
So good question there, George. I think it was.
Mhm.
I really like that. That's good. So any sales questions is the time to do. Today's topic is all about sales. Mike, if we go back to that scenario where you had a few tears going, how often do you also, I'm going to put you again on this, like, because we talk about this all the time. When you
Right.
do your presentation,
Right.
should you, and this is for Gabriel too, because I don't think we ever talked about it, but should you book a specific amount of time with the prospect, and should you stick to it? Or if you feel that you can convert, you go on for as long as it takes. Let's start with Gabriel, because Mike, I know what you're going to say, because I've seen you in a live situation multiple times. What do you think?
You have to schedule. You have to schedule because, well, look, what I preach to all the brokers and on the sales part, 80% of your day has to be prospecting, right? If you're with a current client, this is admin, right? So if you say, okay, I'm going to spend an hour with them, and then the next 5 is going to be prospecting, and I have all this schedule, and this has to be done.
So you're saying if you book an hour, you stick to your hour,
Stick
no
to your
matter
hour.
what
If
the
ever
outcome
it's going to
is.
take, you can book at the end of the hour. Listen,
More
tomorrow we're
time.
going to meet another hour, and so on.
What do you think, Mike?
I
This is
disagree.
not a right or wrong
I
thing.
disagree. I think it's case by case. I think that you're able to gauge where the conversation is going. If you see that the conversation is going nowhere, you cut it short. But if you see that this person is engaging and they're really interested, then at that point you might be able to close the deal right then and there. So I did it last week on 2 occasions. So,
But you also, if I remember correctly,
there was a point.
You also had a few meetings which took 3 hours,
Yeah, well,
and then the person
you know
said
what?
yes, and
It's
then the
because
next day,
example,
it's okay.
there.
then.
Okay, look, there is a person. I'm not going to say when,
This
but there
is
is
the-
a person. There is a person that you met with previously, and
Yeah.
I had no idea that you met them. And then when you found out that they were in my schedule, like you're meeting this person, it's like, oh, all right, good luck with that one.
My goodness.
And then I went in, and trust me, this person would not only that. When I was trying to cut the conversation, this person was just sitting there, and I said I had another appointment after, and the person said it's okay, I'll wait till they arrive. You know, and the conversation is
Yeah,
still
but
going.
you got to take control. So I would say that I completely disagree with you, but I understand though that you want to close and you want that feeling of I got it, and then I don't have to do another meeting as Gabriel was suggesting you book another meeting. But I just no, but let me finish.
Yeah.
I think that you have to stick to your schedule and book an amount of time that makes sense. Like for me, if it's a face to face for what I do, 45 minutes, because I've done it many times, and I've tried different things, an hour and a half an hour. My sweet spot is 45 minutes. I'm sticking to it. I got the alarm that goes off, even though the next person canceled or is not there. It's 45 minutes. I'm on to the next thing after. And if I feel that I have to do another appointment, I'm going to schedule another appointment. I'm going to say, hey, that's too bad we didn't ran out of time. Let's meet again tomorrow or the day after or the whatever. But I book it now. I don't let the person leave without the meeting. And then that's what it is. Because I have to do 22 meetings a day and not just 1 or 2. And that's my approach.
I don't know. I think that I'll give you an example. Last week, I had a canceled meeting, and I had about a 40-minute bracket in between meetings. And then I stretched the meeting and I signed them. And then after that,
They changed their mind.
no, not at all. And after that, I had another meeting after and continued to flow. The only way I lost, I just lost my lunch. That was about it.
But see, I feel, Gabriel, I don't know if you agree with this. I feel that my 45 minutes, if I can't do it within that time frame, then I'm not going to push it, because you could push. You could force the sale.
Okay, but I wasn't forcing anything.
I didn't say you did.
I wasn't. No, but in
I
my case,
did not
in my
say
case,
that you did.
in my case, it was actually a very good conversation. I think that I got an opportunity to learn from the client as well, because the client was involved in the type of business that I was interested to as well. So it flowed both ways, and then at the end of it, the customer felt like they were in good hands, and I felt like I did the right thing, and I would do it again.
But what if, though, if you think about it this way, if you had maybe 10 appointments instead
I
of
wouldn't
2
have.
a day?
I wouldn't have a choice.
Yeah, but that's my point.
Yeah.
You got to get to the 10, because every time you have these meetings, you're getting closer, because you're creating more of a bond. You're creating more trust every time you have that meeting. It's like going on dates. The more dates, the closer I am to getting married. You're trying to marry on the first date. I mean, so you're pushing. So the odds of the divorce are quite high versus mine are less divorce.
But the
potential.
difference, okay, is that you are picking up those dates, whereas those dates came to see me. You understand what I'm trying to say? It's like the person already had an interest. They already had an interest. All I had to do was just, show them that they made the right choice.
So see, you guys, you have 2 different approaches here. Let's hear from you. I want to know, brokers, mortgage brokers, whatever business you're in, what do you guys think? What do you do? Do we have anybody that wants to share their experiences or their approach for that?
So
matter?
we're actually going to have a couple questions related to that subject, but we will first of all talk about our Crown project. So we're going to be running a quick video for you guys, as we are now in a new construction, and we'll be back in a few moments.
great.
So we're gonna be back here, and we're gonna go. I got this.
That's a good good picture right there.
Oh man, we should show this at the end of the
I like
video.
I like it.
But so basically, first question here we have from Just Tremblay, which is basically a kind of a balance between what you guys were both saying. And she's saying, what happens if you get into a deep conversation and you
Cut
have
it.
difficulty to cut it short? How should you do it then?
Have an
Or
alarm
should you
go
do
off like me,
it? Okay.
and or have my assistant comes and waves at me 5 minutes before the end, so that I have this cue, so I can start the process of saying, hey, and because I know that I have 5 minutes left, I'm gonna either try to softly close or feel my way to see is there a possibility, and if not, then I'm gonna say, okay, well, let's get together.
But that's exactly what you said. You're gauging it. So you're gauging.
But I'm in control, baby.
Yeah, but you're
I'm in
gauging.
control.
That's what I'm saying. You're gauging the conversation. Like, okay, you see that the conversation's not going anywhere. So at that point, you're
but
just
you don't do that. You go with like it's 3
no.
hours later. Then I come to
I
see you,
I
it's-
gauged it. I gauged it.
It's 9 o'clock. I'm like, "Mike, what are you doing? Your kids are here. They want to eat. No, but I think it's good to be in control of your time and control of the whole thing. I'm a control freak, as you guys know. So I want to know that I'm in control. I don't want to go with the flow. But like I said, it's not. I'm not saying you're right or I'm wrong. I'm saying I'm right and you're wrong. No. I'm saying there's multiple ways. That's why it's so interesting to hear salespeople and how they, successful or not, see this. Gabriel, what's a comment or a question from anybody that wants to share?
The question
Or
here
no one
from
wants to share?
no, the question here from Mark actually it's a bit more in the practical, so more for Mike with
Sure.
all the deep conversations. How many meetings do you think it takes to close someone?
Yeah, that's a good question.
In general,
For you.
For you with your 3-hour meetings,
I would say in general it takes two.
two
Yeah.
meetings.
Takes me more.
No texts involved, no phone calls, just
Oh,
two.
yeah,
You
yeah.
need
No, but
them
that's not
twice.
meetings. You said meetings.
No, I know, not exactly about how
Yeah.
many times, but because now I'm thinking brokers are listening to us, right?
Yeah,
They say,
yeah.
"Oh, so as long as I meet
No,
them
but I
twice,
mean,
close them."
within. I mean, look, if you have your first meeting and you set up the second one right away,
Mhm.
then you have the second meeting coming. If in between you need to keep conversation, depending how far you stretched is your meeting. Is your meeting
Yeah.
5 days? Is it the next day? Is it 2 days later? Like all these
So I
things
would
come
have a
into play.
follow-up question though. What would be the maximum amount of time between meetings then that you would allow?
I mean, the maximum amount of time if the person is leaving for a vacation for a month.
No, not
Like you
not-
can't
not
really
the
set a
exceptions,
max.
but in
If
general,
the person
in
accepted
general.
to have a second meeting, you're going to take it. You're not going to say no. I
know,
can't
but
meet
you
you.
know as well as me, does anybody that says yes for a
No,
booking,
but
40% don't show up anyways.
I think Mike is saying he lets it go with the flow kind of thing.
No, well, you're saying
You're a go with
you
the
got,
flow
if you got
guy.
a second meeting, you're going to say you're not going to take it.
No, but I'm going to control it though.
Yeah, but are you not going to take it? Because he's saying, what's the maximum amount of time? If the person says, I can meet you in 3 weeks, you're going to say, no, I can't meet you?
No, but I'm going to know that
They're not that serious.
something's off.
Maybe something's off, but I'm saying...
No, it's not true. It's not true. Look, it depends on your clientele. It depends on what you're offering. If we talk about real estate and we're talking about listing a property, I always did it in a two-stepper. Like first I go, I qualify, I meet, I gather information, then I go back to do my presentation. The time between it's really, like you said, depends. They're going away. They're not in a rush. The kids are going to camp, whatever. I don't think that matters. Depends again on though what you're selling and the product or the service. If we stick to real estate, I don't think it matters. But I will go with a two-step. You're going to try to do it in a one-stepper, but that's fine. There's a lot of people that
it's going to be a two-step most of the time. I would give an example. You see, like I was attempting to do a two-step last week, and then he told me, he said, I don't need a two-step. He said, I want to do it now.
Yeah, but these are for me.
These are not things that happen all the time.
This
No,
is
no,
like
I-
the guy at the car dealership that shows up with 100K in the briefcase and says, "Nah, I don't need to come back. I'm leaving with the car."
But Gabriel,
But
I
these
want
are more rare.
for our review of the numbers of the month though. Don't we have those stats? Don't we have the number of meetings? I wanted that. That's a good thing because I think
Of course, we discuss it every month.
No,
The
we
amount
never
of
talk
meetings
about
that
the
we have.
number of meetings, the repeat before.
Oh, the
closing.
repeat. Okay,
But we
yeah,
should because
that's
that's a very interesting ratio or number.
definitely.
Any other questions or comments before we pack it?
Wrap this up.
Today we're at our Beaconsfield office. Tomorrow we're going to be at our Westmount office. So you can always come by. Always around 4. You can come and wave at us. Or you could maybe participate. Do we have a guest tomorrow?
I don't know. Do we have a guest, Gabriel?
What if
tomorrow?
we
I
just
believe so.
opened it up to anybody that shows up?
Sure. First come, first serve.
That could be interesting.
No shorts allowed.
We should have Steven as a guest at some point.
I'd love to have Steven.
Sure, and then I run the whole
No, we
tech.
have Julian.
Julian, that's true. So I'm not useful at all.
So no more
That's good.
questions. No. No.
I think we're good
comments?
to go. So before we leave, thank you both for participating. It
It's
was
always
very
a pleasure,
heated.
Gabriel.
It
That was a pleasure, Gabriel.
So before anybody can interrupt me, we're just gonna play you guys our video for the contest. Apple, we're at episode, I was told 89, so 11 left. I'll let you guys listen to the videos, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you.
You want to win $10,000 worth of Apple products? It's simple. Stay tuned for the 100th episode of The Growth Show. For every like, share, comment, and subscription, you get an extra entry to our contest.